How's everyone doing today? Good, tired. Yeah, I get that. Oh, me? Oh, I'm doing good. Just been in my house this whole time, sleeping, relaxing, Netflix. It's so boring. I'm so bummed that all my plans got canceled. Doesn't that just suck? Oh my gosh, and now I've just been stuck in my house. I'm so annoyed. Oh my gosh. Man, did I just sound privileged right there? I'm lucky enough to have a house, to have a home to go to, a bed to sleep in every night with a roof over my head. Some people are just on the streets trying to find protection and shelter for one night because it's raining right now. Now, this is a really big issue in our society today, which I'm going to talk to you guys about. Last year, I actually had the opportunity to work at a homeless shelter or volunteer there, and it really changed my perspective on life, how I see things, how I view myself, and what I should do to change my thoughts, change my actions. With this experience and researching different sources such as the United States Interagency Council on Homelessness and Los Angeles Times, specifically because I'm in LA right now, I did my best to try to educate myself in what we can do and different problems that arise in this. Homelessness in our world has gone out of control, but specifically in California, which I'm pretty sure most of us are here right now, because the gap of homelessness in the homelessness community has continued to widen without any effective measures. Today I'm going to talk to you about the various problems that arise from homelessness, different barriers that block it, and actual solutions that we can do to help change our society, make it a little bit better at least. Now, the first problem I'm going to talk about is the homelessness population in California. As of last year, there were 151,278 homeless people in California, and 72% of them had no shelter or anywhere to go to. This is a really big number, and I know this statistic probably flew through a lot of our heads, or flew over a lot of our heads, but if we take one more second to think about this, 151,278 people didn't have a place to sleep at night, and here we are, sleeping in our beds, la-di-da. Now, a lot of the problems that comes with homelessness, a lot of the population of them, is war veterans. War veterans that we send out and we ship them out, we're like, hey, go fight for us, but when you come back, we're not going to help you. Yeah, oh my gosh, PTSD, you're going to have that. Oh, mental and physical scars, yeah. Oh, you might not come back with legs. Things are going to happen, but come back and we're just not going to help you. That happens a lot, and because of this, a lot of war veterans are not seen as fit for jobs because of their injuries, and this was recorded from the California homelessness statistic in 2019. Another huge part of this statistic was families that are probably just like you and me, who had a home and they had somewhere to go, but because of maybe the recession of 2008, or maybe both parents lost their job, maybe one parent left early and a mom just can't support her children, they lost their house, they lost everything, and now they're on the streets because of this. I know a lot of us think of homelessness as people who got addicted to drugs or alcohol, and why should we help them? They're just going to spend their money on that. But this is a really bad way to think, and this is a bad stereotype that we should not further. In addition, right now, a lot of us know the coronavirus is going around, and homelessness are the weakest targets. Think about it. They're out there, and they're the most easily transmittable and most susceptible to acquiring this virus. Because of constant neglect that we have given as a society, their mental and physical health has been constantly undernourished by our society, which leaves them extremely vulnerable these days. Now that we know the problems, there's a few barriers that always get in the way, and these are constant things, and this is why there's been no improvement to homelessness. The first one is pretty obvious. It's money and funding. This is always a really big issue, and no one can really figure out what to do about it. Money is really because we're so self-centered. If we have $5, why would we donate it to someone who we don't know, who might spend it on something we don't know, rather than save it towards going for our next shoes or maybe some makeup? Now, that's a really big part of the American dream, and that's why it's really bad in America. The second thing, which I didn't actually know was a huge problem, but it really is who's in charge. According to LA Times, because that's where I am, so I decided to research that, nobody is in charge. And that's why homelessness is where it is in Los Angeles. In fact, there might be too many people in charge. There's this whole council and no one knows what to do because no one can decide where to put it, or because so many people are conflicting it. Does it go to homelessness, who need blankets, or maybe food and sheltering, or maybe we should build a new thing, but that'll take a while to add up. So who gets to decide where the money goes? This is a really big position that no one's really filled or stepped into. Now the last main thing is time. We can think of time as, oh, college flies by too fast. Oh, I wish I had more time for this or that. But time is really essential in homelessness. There's two ways to look at time. The first one is building. So say we raise the money, which takes forever to build a building. So that'll take a while, but we put our money in and we finally have enough. And then actually building the building is so time consuming that no one can do it in a short amount of time. So there's this whole gap of time where nothing's really happening because everything's happening so slow. The second way we can look at time is because a lot of homelessness, if they get it to a shelter, the shelter is only a short-term amount of time. Because shelters are so overcrowded, no one's allowed to stay there for long. So Governor Gavin Newsom proposed this building short-term emergency housing on vacant state-owned land, which is really good. It's state land, no one's using it for anything, we can just build there. But it's short term. People can't stay there for long. It's just another building that's gonna go up, and yeah, it'll be really helpful for some people, but just for a short amount of time. This isn't gonna be a long-term change. After researching, I found three main things that we can do to help. Super easy, super simple. The first one is probably the most important one. Now, I researched this from invisiblepeople.com, and this is where reporters go out and they interview homeless people to get their perspective on it. And the number one thing that homeless people lack, it's not food, it's not money. Well, it is, but that's not what they ask for. It's for a smile. A simple smile, eye contact, and a smile. This is so simple, so easy, so free. We don't have to do anything except look at them, smile, say, hey, how you doing? Maybe they aren't doing great, but this connection makes them feel human. We dehumanize them by keeping our headphones in, just talking with our friends, going straight and not looking at them whatsoever. So this little simple act of love, of happiness, really makes their day. The second one is also really easy. Going to a homeless shelter and volunteering. I know it kind of sounds crazy. Why would I go somewhere so icky? I don't want to donate my time, like time's so precious. Take 2 hours out of your Netflix binge, okay? Tiger King will be there when you're ready. Just go out, go to whatever's closest to you. For me, it's Union Station. I can literally hop in my car, hop in a train, go there, volunteer for a couple hours a week, maybe just a couple hours a month, and it's so easy. All you can do there, you can just make some food, sweep, maybe fix a leaky faucet, babysit some kids. It's really easy tasks that we can do for free that help these people so much. Now, sadly, there's not going to be change overnight. Nothing crazy is going to happen like that. But what we can do is volunteer, educate ourselves, educate your friends, educate your family, tell them that this is a thing, and maybe eventually they want to come with you. The more people, the better. We can go to homeless shelters, we can donate our time together. It could be a little trip, a little outing, and we all do it, and it really makes their day, and it makes life a little bit better. As I talked about today, homelessness remains one of the most important and relevant issues that is and has been occurring in our society today, especially with the whole outbreak of the coronavirus. Today I talked about different problems that arise when trying to solve the homelessness population, along with different barriers that always seem to come up and get in our way, and lastly, different ways that you can help, especially on a personal level. Now, I'm going to leave you with two things. The first one is, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. The second one is, don't forget to smile.